Yes, good evening, everyone. So, last class we have seen exception handling, that is the what makes Python as a robustness, okay, or robust language, right? So, continue with this. We will see what is exception handling. Okay, why Python is a strong language? Because of exception handling. What is exception handling? What is exception? What is exception? Hmm? Runtime? Runtime error. What does it mean? Sir, it's been so long. How can you ask this question? Yesterday you taught us. How can we remember this? Just like this only, right? What is runtime error? Forgot everything. Okay. Python is a robust language because of the features called, the concept called exception handling is there, right? What is exception handling? Handling of runtime error, right? Handling of runtime error. Simple example is, yes, Sai Charan, good. Hmm. What is the meaning of runtime error, and why do we need exception handling? First we will check this, okay, then we will move into the theory part. So what is robustness? Robustness is nothing but, just let me check. What is robustness? When I say a, uh, like programming language, okay, a language is a robust, or we can also call it as, just give me a moment, it is robust, or we can also call it as strong language. Python is one of the robust or strong language because of what we have: exception handling. Now what is this exception handling? First of all, exception is what? Exception is also known as error, but what type of error? Runtime error. Okay, what error? Runtime error. So everyone knows that while running the program or while doing anything, if any error occurs, for example a human mistake, right? Human mistake could be, in place of name, if you give phone number, will it take this number? No. That means in place of name you are trying to enter the integer values. Are you getting it? So what this particular thing is, this kind of thing, I can say this is what type of language it is, or oh sorry, what type of error it is. While giving the input, who is giving the input? User is giving the input. What type of input? String input. And what type of user is giving? Integer, or I can say numbers, right? A normal general example is also use, take. I am asking you that what is your name, and you are saying that my name is 9685, like this. Is it your name? No, this is your phone number. Are you getting it? This is your phone number. But who is making the mistake? That means you, right? User is making mistake. That means the user or the person who is using that particular application. In this place I am the programming language, okay, and you are the user. I am asking you what is your name, and you are saying that my name is 9000. That is a whose mistake it is? User's mistake. Whose mistake? User's mistake, right? So that what I am trying to say is, while giving the answer or while giving the input, right, if user makes a mistake, that is nothing but that comes under what? That comes under exception, or we can say what? Exception or runtime error. Okay, runtime error. Now how can we get this runtime error? While giving any wrong inputs. While giving any wrong inputs, how can we give wrong inputs? For example, let's suppose, now what this is, don't ask me, I will explain you when it comes to this particular topic. But for example, let's suppose I am saying int of, I'm saying a is equals to, I'm saying int of input of enter the number. Okay, enter the number. What type of number? Let's suppose I'm taking integer value, right? What it is asking, what is the question it is asking? Enter the number. What it is saying? What to insert? Number, right? Instead of this, you check it, it is asking what? Enter the number. I am giving that Raj. Is it a number? Check it, what we are getting? What type of error? Value error. This kind of error is what? Known as exception. See, while running, we are getting error. While running the code, or we can say while inserting the input, we are getting the error. This is known as exception. And for this, we need to handle this. We need to handle this with what concept? Exception handling. Concept name is exception handling. So now can I say that handling of exception, that is nothing but conversion of conversion conversion of technical error message. Now why I'm saying that it is a robust language? Because you check it, what error we are getting? One more time, go ahead. Value error. What it is? Value error. Now beginner as a beginner, can you tell me why we are getting value error? As a beginner, you tell me what is the meaning of this value error. Okay, you think about, you don't know anything about programming language. Okay, if I ask you what is value error, will you be able to tell me? Will you be able to tell me? That means what? That means these type of error are known as technical error. These type of error are technical error, and normal human being cannot understand technical errors. For that, what type of error the programmer has to do or has to give? User understandable errors. Are you getting it? What error? User understandable. What is user understandable? We can say user friendly error message. You know that, okay, basic English everyone knows, right? If I'm saying value error, that is something which is a technical error. What if I convert this value error into user friendly error? That is, please enter only integer value. Now integer everyone knows, or I would say please enter only numbers. Instead, don't use string value. Are you getting it? Don't use string value. Now this particular message, now as a user, as a new beginner, now tell me, will you be able to understand this? Tell me yes or no. No, still you are not getting it. Okay, let me check. If I have, for example, if I am giving value 10 divided by 0, what it is going to give? 0 division error. But as a programmer, we know that this 0 division error is occurring because of we are inserting denominator as what? 0. As a programmer, we know, right? But as a user, does user having this much knowledge to get this, that zero division error is because of denominator? No. For them we have to give specific user friendly message. Yes or no? How we will give? Okay, let me go for, see, it is easy. You have to understand the just concept, you have to understand. I'm not saying that you have to understand the programming. Programming we haven't started yet. I will tell you when we are going to start it. Okay. Just I am trying to say that you have to understand what is technical error message, what is user friendly error message. Okay. Now instead of user friendly, instead of taking anything, like let's suppose you have some name is equals to, you have to insert, okay, let's take number. Okay, number is equals to int of input of, you check it, enter the number. Okay, now instead of this you are entering abc. What type of error it is? What it is saying? Value error, invalid literal for. What it is, I will tell you. Okay, now, but as a user we cannot understand this, but as a programmer this is our responsibility to convert this type of error, which is a technical error which cannot be understandable by the users. This is our responsibility to convert this technical error message into a user understandable message. Okay, how to convert this? Just I will use exception handling. Okay, I will use exception handling. No need to understand what I am writing here. Okay, again and again I'm saying this. If a user is entering anything wrong, this error should give any something like, let's suppose this error should be a user friendly error. Okay, let's suppose I am saying please do not use, please do not use string value, only use numbers. Okay, now you check it, what it is asking. If I enter abc, okay, what it is saying? Are we getting any error? No. That means we have converted technical error message into what? User friendly or user understandable message. That is the meaning of exception handling. The purpose of exception handling is nothing but to convert technical error message into what? User friendly error message. Okay, that is simple. That if I am not understanding any language, that means it is your responsibility. Okay, if I am not understanding Telugu, that is your responsibility to make me understand whatever the conversation we had. Are you getting it? Yes. So here in this case, if user is not understanding anything, that means whose responsibility it is? Programmer responsibility it is to make the user understand it. Okay, just give me a moment. Yeah, Sai, if you have any question you can ping, you can use your chat box. Okay, I will read and I will answer the question. Yeah, got it? Yes or no at least? Okay, fine. So this is what the exception handling, and what makes Python as a robust language? Concept called exception handling. What is exception? What is runtime error? Who makes runtime error? User. Okay. What is exception handling? How? By using, just now I told you what is the purpose of exception handling. Technical error message into user understandable message. Okay, that is simple. Right, next. So we will see first, Python is considered as a robust programming language because it offers the exception handling. Exception handling. Okay. Now what is exception? Tell me. Okay. Exception is nothing but any error which occurs during runtime. During runtime is known as exception handling. Okay, got it? Now what is exception handling? Sorry, exception. What is exception handling? What is exception handling? Yes, it's a process. It's a process of converting, yes, technical error message into user understandable message. Okay. Yeah. So it is a process of converting technical error message into user error messages. Okay. Got it? This makes um, uh, our project. This makes our project or any application also you can use project or application more robust. Okay. Especially in real time application where smooth user experience is crucial. Okay, is crucial. Are you getting it? That is what exception handling. Okay, in real time, in real world, what are the scenario we can say that it may occur exception handling, or it may lead to an exception. Okay, let's see. In real time or in real world project we encountered various error. What type of error we get? For example, uh, actually we have three types of error. Okay, we have three types of error. One is compile time error, second logical error, third runtime error. Okay, how many? What are they? Compile time, logical, runtime. What is compile time error? What is logical error? Check it. Now let's suppose compile time error is nothing but, what is compile time error? Compile time error is nothing but when you make any mistake or when you make any error while writing the syntax. What is syntax? Okay, so this compile time error occurs while making any error while writing the syntax. So now if anybody asks you what is compile time error, that is simple. If you make any mistake or if any error occurs while writing the syntax, or any kind of syntax error, is nothing but a compile time error. Got it? What is logical error? What is logical error? Error in the logics. Now how to get the error in the logic? For example, you have one age. Simple example I am giving. Okay, age is equals to 18. Now I'm saying only those student can vote, or only those uh, people peoples can vote who have the age above 18. Okay, above 18. right? So above 18 means they should have above 18 or equals to 18. Yes or no? It could be equals to 18 or it could be above 18. The age, right? Age. Here it should be age. So age, it could be equals to 18 or the age should be above 18. Are you getting it? Right? But the scenario is what? I have written one program that says if my age is greater than 18, greater than or equals to 18, greater than or equals to 18 means can we vote or not? Vote or not? Arey, at least say yes or no. Yes, right? That means what? Above 18, right? Greater than or equals to 18 means either it is equals to or above, right? That means the person can vote. The person can vote, but my logic is somewhere different. What different logic is? I am saying that print he can't vote or the person cannot vote. The person cannot vote. Can I say the error is in my logic? Can I say? Because what I have written here, age, if the age is greater than or equals to 18, I am saying the person cannot vote. But in actual what it is? The person can vote. That means, can I say it is a logical error? While writing the logic, we are making a logical error. And who is going to make the logical error? Programmer is going to make the logical error. Syntax error, who is going to make? Compiler. Sorry. Syntax error, only programmer. Logical error, programmer. And what about runtime error? User. Are you getting it? So these are nothing but three types of errors we have. How many types of? Three types of error. Okay. One is compile time error. This error um, due to due to syntax error. Due to syntax, I would say. Okay. Second is what? Logical error. Now what this logical error occurs related or this error related to incorrect logic, incorrect logic, right? And third one is what? Runtime error. What is runtime error? Which happens which happens while or during program execution. Okay, which happens during program execution. We have this exception handling as a vast topic, so no need to worry. I will explain you what is exception handling in detail about this. Okay, so just to make you understand why Python is robust, because of the concept is there called exception handling. That's it. Okay, understood? Say yes. Okay, fine. Next topic, next particular feature is what? Object oriented programming language. Okay, object oriented, and this is something, let me write it. Who knows what is object oriented programming language? Okay, few thing more I would like to write here. Okay, errors, um, runtime errors often stem from invalid. Let me give you some examples as well. Invalid, or I would say occurs. Okay, often occurs from invalid inputs. Okay, inputs provided by who provides? Provided by users. Okay, like inserting wrong ATM, or I would say wrong inserting um, inserting a card wrongly. Okay, or in wrong way. I would say in wrong way. Yes, or we say uh, giving wrong ATM pin. Wrong ATM pin. Can I say this? These are such user errors, right? User exceptions. Check, for instance, I would say consider a Python program. Consider a Python program for validating the name. Okay, name, age, gender. Okay, gender, lots of things. Okay, more we have. Any example you can take. Okay, if while validating, if I write in name place, I will write some mobile number, that is also a exception. In age, if I give mobile number, that is also an exception, right? Gender, if I give any name instead of gender, that is also what? Exception. So any type of user error can be considered as exception. Okay, now this object oriented programming language is there. What is this oops concept? What is this object oriented? uh, Class and object. Okay, but here I am not going to explain you oops concept. Okay, because see, this is one of the feature. Once you complete this particular object oriented programming language, each and individual bit you have to understand about oops concept. Okay, people says what is class? Tell me. Huh? Sorry, I'm not what is object? Blueprint of which one? Class or object? Class is a why? Why you say class is a blueprint of object? Okay. Uh, that's it. Now tell me in programmatically. People think like class is nothing but it is a blueprint. Object is nothing but it is a instance of class. How? Do you know why it is? Why we call it as an instance of class? Why object is not a class? Or why only with the help of object we can create the memory allocation for the class? See, okay, so it is a vast topic. If I explain starting now this object oriented, this is only it is going to take 15 days. Okay, so I'm not going to start it now. Okay, that is also I'm not saying that you go home and read about object oriented. Okay, just now we have started, so we are not going to see this object oriented now, because if I tell you now, you will get totally confused. Okay, and I know if you get totally confused, that means you will throw something. Okay, and I don't want that thing. So next, I'm skipping this object oriented programming language. When the time comes when we start reading about object oriented, then we will see what is object, what is class, what is encapsulation, what is polymorphism, what is inheritance, right? Everything we will see. Got it? If you want, I can explain you now only, but will take time, as well as you will get confused by that. Okay, so I don't want you to make I want not myself. Okay, what it is? A class is a group of similar object. Good. Next is extensible. Okay. Next is extensible. Now, what is this extensible? Okay. Let me explain you what with simple example. Everyone knows YouTube, obviously. Okay. Everyone knows YouTube. Okay. Before 2021. Okay. Before 2021. Now I guess they have increased uh, the use of Python over there, but before 2021 40% of Python has been used to create the YouTube or for running the YouTube. How many? 40%. 60% of, sorry, 50% of they were using C programming. Okay, how much? 50 and 40, and 10% that is the rest of the programming language. Okay, now why Python only 40%, why C programming is 50%? Because C programming has something called pointer, something called pointer, right? And which makes C programming execution bit faster. Okay, which makes sorry, YouTube is using 50% of C programming, which has what? Pointer. So pointer is a topic in C programming. We do not need to understand what is pointer, but we, because of that, the C programming execution makes itself more faster. That means with the help of pointer, the execution of C programming will get more faster, right? Now, with the help of this C programming plus Python, now Python is why Python is most used language, or why Python is in trends, or what makes Python simple? What makes Python simple? First point, rich set of APIs. So predefined applications we can create with the help of Python. That means in the form of libraries we can use, and also Python has 11 plus features, right? 11 plus features, more different concepts are there in Python, right? More large data it can handle, right? That's why people are using more what? Python nowadays. People are using what? Now in data science also Python is being used, in machine learning also, in AI also, right? In data analysis also Python is used, in web applications also Python is being used. What are the companies they are using? Python. Google is using Python, right? If you know Reddit, no? Reddit, you know? Reddit is using Python. Microsoft is using Python. N number of companies, N number of big companies are using Python. Why? If it is something is there, then only they are using, right? So what makes YouTube now? For YouTube, there is a buffering. There was it used to be there, right? Buffering. When we used to start the YouTube, it was there, some buffering kind of thing was there, right? It buffers a lot, right? But with the help of Python, which is a robust language, and with the help of C programming, which is kind of a fast in execution. So if we combine both of this, don't you think that our application will be more robust, more strong, more faster? Yes or no? Are you getting it? So what I am trying to say is, this extensible is nothing but we can use our Python program with other languages as well to create any application. Are you getting it? we can create or we can use our Python programming with other applications so that we can create a more robust and faster in execution application. Getting it? So what is the meaning of extensible? It offers its programming facility, or I would say programming features, to other programming language, to other programming languages, okay, making it one of the extensible programming language. Okay, so what is extensible programming language? We can use the features of Python in other programming languages as well. That makes Python as one of the extensible programming language. The 10th one, that is nothing but embedded. Okay, now what is this embedded? It is just a vice versa of this extensible. That means we can use different programming language in Python. Are you getting it? We can use different programming language features in our Python programming. Okay, that means we can use different programming. C programming can be run inside Python or can be used inside Python. Okay, C++ can be run with Python. That means what I'm trying to say is Python can speed up speed up its or speed up by calling different programming or other languages, okay, or I would say better to use calling, mm, by calling codes from other programming languages, okay. For an example, I would say can Python can or use or call the code of C programming in it for faster execution. That means what is two points are there? Python is extensible. That means what? We can use Python features in other programming language. What is embedded? We can call other programming languages in our Python for better execution or faster execution. For instance, the code of C programming in it for faster execution, because C is a language where we have pointer which makes C programming as a faster in execution. Getting my point? Oh. Last point, that is the 11th one. It supports third party API. It supports third party API. What does this mean? What is API? Collection of modules. What is third party API? Which does not include in Python programming or Python software, but can be used in Python software. For example, nowadays, if you heard about data science, nowadays we are using mostly pandas, numpy, matplotlib, seaborn, scikit-learn, which is we can call it as sklearn. These are known as what? Some libraries or third party APIs to be used for data science field or machine learning field. Okay, fine. So these are what? Libraries. I can say APIs. These are getting it. Okay. Third party API means which can be used for Python but has been developed by someone else. Okay. Are you getting it? No confusion. Confusion. Okay. I can read the face. Right. Let's suppose the Python has been created in 1991 by Guido van Rossum. Okay, fine. Now Python has been managed by Python Software Foundation, right? Python Software Foundation. But the features of Python can be used by anyone. The features of Python, or we can say the amount of component what Python is considering, anyone can use it. That's why it is open source, right? Yes or no? Huh. Now, Python Software Foundation is a company who has created the inbuilt API. What is API? Modules. Modules is what? I can say library, right? Collection of library also I can say. So Python Software Foundation has already some API. That means it is known as predefined or inbuilt, which is already it is there in Python software. Okay. Now someone has came up with a proposal that we also have some API, that is nothing but modules or libraries, to execute in what? Python software. To execute in Python software. If it is matching with that particular requirement, why don't we take inside Python? Yes. So they have they thought like, yes, you can execute your whatever you have come up with, you can execute in Python as well. Okay, this is simple. You can understand like this, that this is, let's suppose this is India. Okay, and in India there are some local products are there. Okay, local products are there. Yes or no? We have local products, we can move with that also. But some other companies from abroad are also approaching to India that please try to use our product as well. Our product is 100% good. Okay, our product is 100% good. That means what? Along with this local product, we are using what? Global product as well. Yes or no? We are using global product. Is it making any changes in India? That means we can use local as well as global. You consider this as a Python API, and this as a third party API. Third party API. Are you getting it? What does it mean? That means third party API can also be used inside what? Python. What is third party API? Third party libraries. Third party libraries. Calendar, date time, random, these comes with Python only. This comes with Python only. But if I talk about NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, these are coming up with third party APIs. Someone differently, someone has, or separately, someone has created. Getting my point? Say yes. Hmm. Okay. So this is about what? Third party API. Now if somebody asks you what is API, first of all, what is API? Collection of modules. What is module? What is third party API? Ah, using different organization. Okay, created by different organization by but executing in Python software. Got it? So this few things you have to understand. Okay, why do we need this? To boost up, to boost the efficiency of the traditional Python, or the traditional Python projects, okay, we rely on the third party tools like pandas, numpy, matplotlib, okay, seaborn, seaborn, sklearn, and many more we have. Okay, I cannot write
Sir,
everything here.
pandas will
Yeah,
be covered, right, as part of the training?
yeah, panda will be covered.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. For what it is, extension of code. Okay, fine. Pandas, numpy, matplotlib, everything will get covered here. Okay. Matplotlib not that deep because it has lots of sub modules. Okay, so everything we cannot go for it. It is a part of data analysis and machine learning, right? So I'll try to touch Seaborn as well. Okay, I'll try to touch Seaborn as well. But Seaborn is coming up with some advanced visualization. For web development, it is not so much required, so I'm not going to say it, but I will try to touch this as well. Okay, fine. So up to now, how many things we have seen? We have seen the history, we have seen features, we also have seen what inspired Python, what are the languages inspired Python, right? And we have seen what, how the process of interpretation work, or we can say what is the internal process of system, how it reads the programming data. Already we have seen, yes or no? How it converts the data? No, how it converts the data? First, how it is taking the data? What, in which language we write the data? English, normal English, right? How it is reading the data? ASCII values, right? It is converting our normal English into what? Decimal values, numbers, right? After converting decimal values, it is also converting those decimal value into binary value. And once it get the binary value, machine only can understand binary, or we can say machine understandable code. That's it. Okay. So these few things we have seen. Okay. Let's just see the glance of what is data representation in Python. Okay. So I'm not going to explain you now. Actually, I will explain you, just I'm not going to give you any notes. Okay. So in this, to represent the data, in Python, we need, I would say, or Python or data. Okay. Python stores its data in the form of, object object in the main memory. Okay, to store to store the data we require, okay, what are the things we require? Check it now. First, we call it as variable or identifier. Okay, variable or identifier. Second, we also require literals, or I would say, first I should say literal. Okay, this you keep it as second one. So first I would say, first, that is literals or we can say values. And the last one that is going to take some time to cover, that is data types. Okay, so how many things we have to see? First is literals, variables or identifier, and last one is data types. Got it? So what is literal or values? Okay, got it. So let's see first simple example of what is literal. Okay, now literals are having different types. Okay, literals are having different types. You check a is equals to 10. 10 is what type of data? Integer. Everyone knows that what value it is? Int value, right? We can also call it in programmatically term, in programmatically we call it as integer literal. What we call? Integer literal. If I say 10.5, float literal. Okay, what literal it is? If I say what literal? String literal. If I say something like 20 plus 2j, complex literal, right? Now, yes, any question? I think, I thought someone is asking, right? A is equals to, now let's suppose, okay, now true, Boolean literal. What does it mean? Whatever the value we are going to take will be having its own data or type. Okay, its own type, and that type is also considered as the type of the literal. Okay, for example, if you check this type of a, type of a, what is the type of a? Boolean. What is the type of a? Check it, what it is saying, class Boolean. Is it visible to you guys? Last? No. Okay, so class is what it is saying? Boolean. That means what? This is what type of data or what type of literal? Boolean literal. If I say a is equals to 10, that means what type of data? Integer. Check the type. Type of a. Okay, sorry. Type of a. What it is saying? Class integer. What does it mean? It is a integer literal, or we can say value. What type of value it is? Integer value or integer literal. Getting my point? Easy or difficult? Okay, so tomorrow I will explain you, it is already 4:52. Tomorrow I will explain you about the literal or values, okay, and variable or identifier, and then we will start data types. Okay, we will start data types. In Python we have 14 types of data types. How many? 14. That has been classified into some categories, that is 6 categories. I will tell you one by one when it comes to data types. First we will quickly complete this particular variables, then we will see some rules of variables, okay, how to write the variables, then we will switch to data types. Are you getting it? Okay, so for now any doubt is there? Sir, show display. Which display? Naresh? Naresh, are you there? May I know which display you are talking about? The screen already is, it is shared. Okay. Any other doubt? Any other doubt? Yes, offline. No doubt. You guys are getting no doubt. This much good I am teaching. Tell me. Yes or no? Internally you are thinking like I will tell you sir later on. Tell me. And no doubt? Okay. Online guys, do you have any question? Do you have any question? No? Shall we stop it? Okay. And this is the last, no, one last, uh, today and tomorrow they will give you. So try to make it out today itself. Okay. Tomorrow, because they are going to change the link. Definitely tomorrow they are going to change the link. Okay. So try to make the payment today. Okay. So that, so some message is there. No doubt, sir. Okay. And make sure that you are attending class regularly so that we will go smoothly. Okay. Any doubt? After the class offline guys, just go and meet the admin department so that you can get the information about payments and all. Okay, if you have. And offline you can contact to the number I have already given to you. Yes, give me a quick confirmation online guys. Okay, yeah, fine. Shall we stop it here? Okay, thank you so much guys. So see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye bye, take care.